Welcome to Crafty Blessings with Angie. Let's make this fun craft. So we started out with a 14-inch wood board that you can get at Hobby Lobby in a 6-pack. They're pretty thin. So we are just staining that board with Waverly Antique Wax. And I do suggest that if you get these boards, because of their thickness, they're really thin, do your whatever you're doing to it. If you're applying stain or paint or whatever you're going to do it front and back. And the reason I say that is because you're going to see me, I'm staining it. I'm going to spray some water on there because I want an even stain. So I'm spraying the water on there, and then I'm going to wipe it off. And if I don't do it front and back, my board's going to bow. So there's you a tip. Do everything front and back. Now, as you see, I added a hymnal page. I used some antique and did around the edges of my hymnal page to make it look more rustic. And then I used cardboard, and I just made me a couple strips to make a cross. Now, I use spray water on the top of your cardboard, and you can peel that top layer right off after a few minutes. And I'm using some chalk paint, and this is folk art chalk paint. And I'm just putting a little bit of dry brushing onto what's going to be my cross. So that's what I'm doing here. Just adding some chalk paint to distress and make my cross look a little different so it doesn't blend in so much with my background. So here we have our surface, and I'm just placing the cross. And I'm just using hot glue to apply this cardboard onto my sign. Pressing it down so it adheres well. And when you know you run out of glue in the middle of a video like this, put the cross, and there we go. So there we are, 2 steps in. We've got our cross, we've got our hymnal, and now we're going to add our lamb. So as you see, the title of my hymnal is "The Lord is My Shepherd." And so I'm just using the stamp pad to distress the edges a little bit, and so my design won't be so paperish, I guess you might say. I'm not sure if that's the right word. And y'all, you're going to see me hesitate because I've started putting that Mod Podge on, and I realized that I normally iron my printable first, and I did not do that. But it didn't seem to affect it. I did not do Mod Podge on the top. I just heated it. I dried it, and then I ironed it down. So ironing is what will heat set the ink into your paper. So I prefer and should have ironed my printable before I started, but it didn't seem to affect it, although I was being very careful not to add any Mod Podge to the top. Now I'm just adding a bow, and boom, we have a finished craft. I will drill a little hole and make a hanger, and you have a really cute door hanger